Well guys, I've held off long enough with Optimus 3. It's time to try brushless. And I've got the Hobbywing Axe 2300 kV. So this is going in. I'll try to give you guys a little bit of a side-by-side on how they operate, this and that, map back there on the course, you know. Now, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys the settings that I end up with on this ESC for this truck. Take a look. The system I've been running, the Holmes Hobbies BRXL ESC, Castle BEC, GT5 radio, Reefs Micro 99, and Reefs 777. Helios 1500 milliamp 3S, and a Crawlmaster Sport 550 12 turn. So this is coming out and the Hobbywing Axe is going in. Now this particular ESC is at 6 volts. I was running that at about, I think, 8 volts. So what I can do is I'm going to set the BEC up on this one, turn it up a little bit, and eliminate that. However, I will still have to have a JST to power the Reefs 777 front servo. So everything should go pretty darn well. As far as the install goes, I'm just simply going to go ahead and put it all in there. It's pretty well standard basic installation. But remember, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys the settings I have on the Axe ESC. Get a speed test of this. Not a high-speed vehicle at all here. However, we did get 8.8 miles per hour. Well, let's see what this Axe has got. Now, I am running the exact same pinion gear, so let's see. Feels very sprightly. I gave it a little bit longer run last time, so bring this on around. .3. So yeah, it's a little bit faster. With the brush system, you can hear it kind of bog down a little bit. With the Axe, it doesn't really seem to do that very much at all. The Axe just kind of amps up a little bit, brings that motor torque on around to keep that rotation where it's supposed to be. So, and that's about the only complaint that I've heard about guys that, you know, don't use the Axe, you know, or don't like the Axe because, well, they want to feel the truck. Now, I've driven the Axe quite a bit in several different vehicles. The 2300, like what's going to go into here, and the 3300 and the 2700. I should concentrate on driving. You know, and once you get used to the Axe, you actually can feel a little bit about it. All right. I know when the Axe first came out, it was all about, oh, it's just going to break everything, because of the torque of it, you know? But I don't know that the Axe really did break a whole lot of stuff, especially in the first firmware of it, you know. It was a little bit weak. There were some guys complaining about stalling, and then they did the firmware update, and that just made everything better. It gave a little bit slower startup as well, because there were some guys complaining about the minimum RPM that you have to run with the Axe. And yeah, there is. With most of your brush motors like this one right here, I mean, obviously you can get much better motors than this. I think my favorite brush motor right now is the Crawlmaster Pro 550 10 turn, but this is just a 12 turn Crawlmaster Sport. But anyway, the Axe has really been a great system for me. I mean, I pretty much use it for comping. I do still feel that the ultimate
the ultimate motor for this. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get my hands on one, if they ever come back in stock, is going to be the Holmes Magnum 16 turn. That's the biggest reason I haven't taken this to brushless yet, except for, you know, now. Now this system, just, I don't have any complaints about this. However, I just want to see how it'll drive with an axe. I added a little bit of dirt on top of the rocks to make this a little nasty over here. See how this corner runs. Ooh, close one. Adding just a little bit of dirt can really, really change things up. Nice. One thing I did do is I added some Expo on the throttle. With the brush system, I didn't really feel that I needed that. But this one right here, I kind of do. Now, it's actually been a while since I have crawled with an axe. So I'm just simply kind of winging this. And some of the settings that I've got the throttle matching set at low. That way you do get a little bit of a feel, and darn wind. And from what I have gathered with the axe systems, once you get used to them, you can actually listen to how they operate and really just kind of get a good feel for them. So the feel is there, but it's a little bit different. It's not quite like what it is, where you have to really give it some throttle to make it go. It just kind of goes, and I can tell that it is making quite a bit more power here. I'm gonna have to actually just sit back and do some driving to get used to the new power on it. And one of the things that I do when I get ready for a competition, believe it or not, is I will just find some rocks somewhere, especially if it's a new vehicle or a vehicle that I haven't driven very much, like this, at this point in time with this system, and just simply pull up a chair and drive. See, because I'm not having to put anywhere near as much input into the throttle right now as I did before. There is a little bit though. And as far as crawling slow, one versus the other, you know, you can argue both ways, you know. One is better at slow, one is better at fast and whatnot, but where I compete, you got to have a little bit of slow. So like that, I was going up a little bit too fast. I got to learn how to drive it now. But we got to have a little bit of wheel speed where I compete at. So it's not all about, you know, 0.00001 mile per day, you know. I got to get into this a little bit better here. I got throttle curves on both forward and reverse. This is what I got myself into a little trouble there, didn't I? I did get myself into trouble. Wow. All right, we're going to continue with this. All this new dirt is making this a bit challenging. I like it. There we go. Got it now. So I can get some dig action. There we go.
So all in all, two very different systems, and they need to be driven correctly for the system that I'm running. It's been a while since I've really driven and messed around with an axe, believe it or not. I've been really getting into the brush stuff, trying to get this, that figured out and all that. So I actually got really good with throttle control, driving the feel of the brush system. Now that I've got this in here, I've got to retrain my finger just a little bit. The way it ramps up and all of that, you know, just really powers right across and can look really smooth. As far as which one goes slower, well, guys can argue, you know, this one's that one's this. You know, for my area, like I mentioned, you know, I don't really need insanely slow. I've got to have some wheel speed. And this is actually just a little bit faster overall. The power seems to be quite a bit more, in all honesty on that. But, you know, I think I'm going to keep it in. And hopefully, when things calm down with this world that we're in right now, you know, I was over at the other world about 2 weeks ago, and it's so much better over there. But, you know, the grass is greener thing. I had to come home, deal with this world. But anyway, we should have some competition start coming back soon. So hopefully I'll get to try it out in one of those. Guys, check that description for links for the axe system, for the Team Garage Hack wheels, for the Jconcepts tires, the Jconcepts body, the Spare Time Hobbies chassis, which he's got a new one coming out, by the way. Hopefully you guys have seen that, and I'm planning to update this chassis to the new one and possibly have a brand new build on the new chassis. So anyway, guys, check that description for links, affiliate links, eBay, Amazon, and AMain. So if you got something there, go to that website, check out what you got. And guys, thank you all for watching.
If you guys like what you see, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. If you really like what you see, consider clicking on that join button down below. With that, you can actually become a channel member. Members get early viewing of many of the videos and, you know, a little bit more personalized. Guys, thank you all for watching.